This is for Papa Kappa in Ras. I don't know what the heck your name is, but my wife just spelled this out for me. So, all right, here's what I'm trying to do. Trying to show you the actual inner workings of the 1911. This is my Kimber Ultra CDP. All right, here's your sear spring. It's actually got three parts. The very right hand side, if you're looking at the back of it, is to actually push the grip safety out, which engages the safety. The center part of that sear spring is actually pressing the disconnector up, which would allow you to pull the trigger and disengage the sear to let the hammer fall. And the very left side here with a hook on it is actually resetting the sear after you release the trigger. So the mainspring housing is in. It's tight enough for what we're doing. I'll put a little pin in there to hold it there. So if you watch this, here's your sear, here's your disconnector. Here on this side is the actual firing pin block, the piece that actually disengages the firing pin block. Here's your hammer and strut. So if I, now the hammer's cocked at full cock. If you look right here, if you look at the disconnector and the sear area, and this silver piece way in the back is the actual trigger. So that's the flat trigger part that actually hits the disconnector. Okay, right there. Right there I'm pushing the disconnector down. So this would be the slide out of battery. If I pull the trigger, it does not let the sear disengage the hammer, and the hammer does not fall. As soon as the slide's in battery, now when I push the trigger, the disconnector applies force to the sear, which lets the hammer fall. As soon as you pull the trigger, the hammer falls, the disconnector pushes down, the slide cycles, and then you have the hammer and the sear re-engage, and then as you let go, you have the reset. So if you press the disconnector on the top, the disconnector, if you don't know, is this top, the centerpiece. This is the firing pin block for the Kimber, similar to an 80 series but a little different. So if you press that disconnector down on the top, then you can see the sear is not engaged by the actual disconnector. Once you release that, now you can pull the trigger and the sear disengages for the hammer. Doesn't do anything. The disconnector, which is triggered by the slide, resets the trigger. There you go. Now, like I was saying earlier, the side with the hook, this is for the actual sear, to reset the sear. The centerpiece is to apply pressure on the disconnector, pushing it up through the frame. And the right hand side is actually pushing your beaver tail in to allow the beaver tail to pivot. So that's springing you back. On the bottom here, this is the hooked portion of the spring. Fits in this slot, keeps it right in the right spot. So you just kind of drop that into the slot in your frame. At the top, you want to make sure that the left hand side of the spring is on the one with the hook is on the outside of the sear. The middle portion is not going to be touching anything until you insert your mainspring housing. As soon as you start pushing that in, you'll see the force you can drop the strut down, push it up a little bit more. Once the strut's engaged, then you can drop in your beaver tail. There you go. Then you can drop in your pin. Okay, sorry if that's off camera. Then you can function check your gun. The grip safety cannot pull the trigger. I don't have the other safety inserted. What the heck? Let's do it. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this real quick. I don't know if you guys can see this. Or maybe not. Okay, so the grip safety's on there. Trigger, the hammer won't fall, trigger won't pull, still won't pull, safety's down. The beaver tail or the grip safety is engaged. Here you go, and there you go. Now with the trigger pulled, reset it. The disconnector on top, push that down, then you'll see your reset. So I hope that helped a little bit. I know some people have a hard time with this, so maybe if it's clear. There you go. I don't know how many minutes this is. Hope it's recording. Alright, bud, that was for, I guess, pop a cap in your ass.